Welcome back to my Project 13. Today I have an unboxing. It's a Blu Studio X Plus 5.5 inch smartphone device by Blu Products, Bold Like Us. I just picked it up at a local Best Buy. Now all they had was black. They have an assorted colors, as you can see. The back of the box there, got white, gold, pink, salmon, baby blue, and black, the one that I got. That's all they had. Picked it up for $149.99. I've heard of this device just a few days ago. Been checking it out, doing a little reading, watching some videos on it. I'm getting some good feedback on this, and it is HSPA 4G. It's not LTE. Now that might disappoint some of you out there, but compatible with AT&T and T-Mobile. HSPA devices in my area tend to be really well. You don't even know the difference between the 4G LTE and the HSPA. So again, that might be from place to place. It may vary on the experience that you have with this device. It is running KitKat 4.4.2, and they promise to update this to Lollipop by May or June. I'm going with June. Usually it's a little later than what they say originally. And it does support a micro SD card in here, up to 64 gigs. So that's awesome. Extra storage, because all it comes with on board is 1 gig of RAM and 8 gigs of storage. So with having the ability to put a 64 gigabyte SD card in here, that's really going to expand this and make it work a little bit better. So I'm kind of excited about that. Again, it is a 5.5 inch screen. It is an IPS LCD capacitive touchscreen. It is running 720 by 1280 resolution. It's not 1080, but you know what? That's okay. It's 5.5 inch screen for 150 bucks, 720 by 1280, 267 ppi. That's awesome. It comes with a 2600 milliamp battery, and it is removable, so you'll have to look online to see if there's a way to buy a backup one. Probably call the company and they'll probably ship you one out. I actually sent a couple messages out to a couple YouTubers out there to see if they have any idea where I can get a backup one. So I'm going to be trying this device out and see what it does. One other thing I did want to mention, it is 1.3 gigahertz. So again, it's a 400 processor, a Mali, I guess, I don't know how to say that, Mali 400 processor, quad core, 1.3 gigahertz. So I think that's all the specs on this device. We're going to open it up. Again, this is not edited, so just kind of giving you the information as I can think about it. And on the back of the box, you can kind of read right there, Studio X Plus, 5.5 inch, IPS. It is pure HD, 1080p videos, which is great. 1.3 gigahertz quad core processor, 8 megapixel front facing, or I should say back camera, 2 megapixel front facing. So it's not 13 megapixel, but 8. From what I get in one of the videos that I've watched on YouTube, the pictures came out really nice. So 1 gig of RAM, up to 64 gigabytes, micro SD card, 4G, HSPA, Android Lollipop, upgradable. Again, from what I'm hearing, May, June. I would probably go with June. So we'll see. So I'm going to open this up. Put that there. There's the device. Comes in a little. Just set that right there. And we're going to take that out. I already took this out earlier, put the battery in so I could charge it. Got the manuals. USB charging port, the wall mount, and some inexpensive earphones. But hey, for free, huh? That's the one thing that Blu does with their products, is they'll give you a lot of little items with their devices. Nice little case. Nice, not too slippery. And a screen protector. So if you consider the phone's only $149.99, $150, you get a screen protector, you get a case, you get some inexpensive earphones, plus the wall mount, USB charging cord. I mean, that's another, what, 25, 30 bucks. So that's awesome. And you're getting that with this device. So we're going to take this device out. And there it is. So let's see if I can get a little bit of better lighting on that. Put that up close. And we are going to take that off. You know what, that's the first time I've ever done that, I think, on one of my videos. It's pretty. Do not know if this is Gorilla Glass or not. But you can see you got the volume rocker over here. You got the up, down, and what's really kind of cool about this, I don't know if you can see that, it's kind of integrated into the phone. So they're not actual like these buttons that are just separate little pieces there. It's sort of integrated with the metal surrounding of the phone, which I would assume it's not real metal, it's plastic. And the power on, power off is the same thing. So it's kind of smooth, so it all kind of flows together. So I kind of like that. On the bottom you have nothing. 8 megapixel camera. You got your flash. 8 megapixel right there. It says the blue logo right there. And on the top, which is something some of you may like or some of you may not, you got your charging port area on top. And there's your adapter for your headphones. So that's where you would put your headphones, your charging, and on the bottom nothing, power on, volume rocker right there. So pretty simple layout. Some of you may not like the way that's set up here. It doesn't matter to me. I think those are just little things that I could really care less about. So we're going to power this puppy on. Again, the one thing to remember is that for 150 bucks, outside of it not being LTE, you're getting all that. And I think that's awesome. So I'm going to pause this and get this set up, and then I'll be right back. Okay, so I went ahead and skipped all the little formalities and got to the main screen here. It says, welcome, make yourself at home. Let's see if you can see that. Yeah, it's close enough. Okay. Organize your space. Okay. And there we go. So basically, it's already kind of got that lollipop theme going on in here on that screen. And it's really fluid. It's only got 2 screens on there. I'll probably put Nova Launcher on here, but for a few days while I test this phone out, I'm going to make sure call quality is great and messaging is great. I'm not going to keep this device if my phone calls and messaging isn't going through. I'll be looking for drop calls. I'll be the quality, how long the messaging, whether I'm sending some pics, information out to somebody, via text messaging. If they're getting it as within, a couple minutes or whatever. But if they're not going through, I always say in my videos that I don't care what these devices do, whether they're high-end, low-end, mid-range. If they're not making phone calls, you're not getting phone calls. If it's not sending messages out and you're not getting messages, then it's not worth keeping the device. That's important, especially if you have an emergency and you have to do 911. You better make sure this thing is working properly. Everything else comes after the fact. So I'm sure there's ways of putting other screens on here. You pull down that there, and obviously it's saying I don't have it. One thing I didn't mention, it's got 2 slots for SIM cards. So
So if you want to use one for work and one for your daily use, as far as like for contacting friends, family, and the other one for business, you got dual SIM on here. So that is a bonus. So that's awesome. Right now it's going off my Wi-Fi, so you're not going to see the HSPA Plus logo up there. But once I put my SIM card, my T-Mobile SIM card in there, that should reflect right up top on the notification bar there. Battery's full. Go into settings. Basically, KitKat. I don't have my information in there, so you go into settings there, and there you go. Pretty much looks like everybody knows it should look out there. Got your camera, messaging. I'm going to change all of this because I like to customize mine with Nova Launcher. I have that running on all of my devices, and I got it backed up on Google Drive. So all I have to do is go in, download those apps, and it'll, voila, change this back to where I have all my other devices. But for a couple days, I'm going to leave it like this stock. That way I can experience fully what this device has to give me before I go into that. So that's pretty cool. Let's see what that looks like in here. Yeah, typical. Nice. I'm telling you, this is really responsive, really quick, really responsive. Let's go into a website. Let's type in phone read. Let's see how long that takes to. Okay, Phone Arena. That came up pretty quick, so let's go into. Now remember, okay. Wow, that came up really fast, and that is very fluid. Very fluid. Nice. Awesome. Let's do a little quick camera test here. You obviously got some side features over here. There's panoramic. There's, I guess that little icon there is like a beauty type thing, so you can change the photo, the style, the way it looks when you take it. You got flash. You got being able to change that back over to front facing. You folks out there basically know the basic way these phones work with cameras, so I don't really need to get detailed in that. Let's take a little picture of this. That's kind of colorful. Let's zoom into that. That's a quick zoom. Quick response. I like that. Nice little sound there. Zoom again. So let's go take a look at that picture. Let's get a, that's a bright one. Wow. Now you may not see this on this video, but I'm going to tell you that is a sharp picture. That is very sharp. Let's take this. Very quick response. You can see, try to focus my camera over here. I am filming this with my ZTE Z Max, so it's doing a really good job. I'm going to zoom in on that. I'm going to tell you, again, you can't really tell the quality, I think, when you're doing these videos, but it is very, very nice. So that's a basic illustration of what this device can do. Again, that's an IPS screen, 720 resolution. It looks, at this point, it looks really beautiful. The build in hand for 5.5 inch is nice. Really good quality. Couldn't be any happier. The back, it's not slippery. It's got a nice little grip. Of course, I'm going to put the case on and the screen protector so I can make sure that I protect this phone while I'm using it and testing it out. I don't want to take this back, so I hope that everything I need to find out about this device, especially with calls, is going to be 100% with me, because at this point, with the specs, with what little I did right now, this is, I think, going to work. Add to my little collection of devices. This is the Blu Studio X Plus. My Project 13. If you like this video, please hit like. If you dislike, hit dislike. If you have a comment, something that can help me out to better my previews, on these devices. Leave a comment and subscribe to my channel, My Project 13. Thanks. Out.